All right, so first question is, what is deforestation?
Well, deforestation is, and you probably know this already, it's just the removal of trees from the forest. You know, where there should be lush green forest, we have less trees than we ought to have, or in some cases, no trees. Well, as I said, I mean, one of the major causes of deforestation is just removal of trees by humans who want to build something else there. So whenever we're developing areas for human beings to have nicer houses, you know, if you look out just all along the Wissahickon watershed, if you go out further out Route 309, you have all different housing developments where like maybe a farm used to be. And so the causes are people wanting to live further away from the center of cities and having bigger houses with bigger yards and more paved surfaces in terms of roads or more malls. It's just development really is one of the causes. And so the extent of the problem is we just don't have the kind of lush forest that we might have had like 50 years ago down in Wissahickon. Between the loss of trees that you can easily see falling over from the soil erosion and the loss of trees due to construction, it's really not the forest it would have been 50 or 100 years ago. Yeah, so if you think of the great forests of the world, used to be like all large, hundreds and thousands of acres of this country used to be covered by pine forests. All across Canada used to be pine forests. And when we turned our country into a great big breadbasket and had to feed the entire country and indeed the whole world, a lot of the forests had to be taken down so we could farm, so we could put through railways, so we could build houses. These aren't bad things necessarily, but the forest had to go. And then globally you see the same thing in countries like Haiti, countries like Madagascar, countries like Borneo that were almost completely covered by forests. Most of those forests are now gone. And of course most people know about the country of Brazil, where you have the Amazon rainforest. And again, it's companies like McDonald's where you have to raise cattle to make hamburgers, and the cattle have to eat grain, and the grain has to be farmed. All of that is going to be grown in an area that probably used to be rainforest. And then once you grow things, you have to transport it, so you have to build roads. So it's kind of like the movie The Lorax. I mean, it really is happening all over the world that, you know, the great majority of the world's indigenous forests are being taken down to help support human lifestyle. Another effect that deforestation has on the environment is trees absorb massive amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So as humans, we burn fossil fuel and add carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, and of course that causes global warming. So we really need as many trees as possible on the planet to help pull some of that carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, decrease the greenhouse gases, and convert that into oxygen that we can breathe. You know, somebody when I first started teaching environmental science said to me, like, a question was asked on a quiz, like, what is the value of a tree? And you can look at it two ways. You could say, well, a tree is really valuable because if you cut it down, you can have lumber, and the lumber has a value, has a price that you can charge for it. But infinitely more valuable is the effect that that tree has within an environment to keep the environment healthy. You know, help topsoil stay healthy, to help the air and water stay healthy. It's much more valuable in its long-term effects on the global health.